sickening. You know what I mean? People crying about reparation. You know, if you know the history, these so-called Jews getting that reparation, you know who they sued, right? Volkswagen. Because Volkswagen helped finance that war, that Holocaust. Because they were giving those Jeeps and stuff to Germany. Right? So why we can't sue Ford? How many niggas was dragged by the damn F-150? Right? Henry Ford himself, he was even buying slaves. If you check out that movie, 12 Years as a Slave. Right? So why we can't sue Ford? Why we can't get reparation? But you know what? They can keep their money because it ain't even worth it. They can't afford to pay us back. You know why? Because they will have to give us the whole entire earth.
That's right.
Who got next?
We got next.
That sounds really good. Give me chills. What I'm talking about. That's where it's supposed to sound. Right. So let's open up with the word of Yah. Give me Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Right. Until we get the mics going, we're gonna rock it like this. Go ahead.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the other one, Yahushua,
right?
Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Right. You know what I want. Hosea. You know what I want. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. I got to be some. Book of Hosea chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1.
Right.
Hear the word of the Other One, ye children of Israel.
Right. Hear the word of the Most High, you children of Israel. Read.
For the Other One has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Right. Read.
Because there is no truth.
There's no who?
No truth.
Read.
Nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
Right. He said what? He has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Because what? There is no truth. There is no truth in this land. They telling you, oh yeah, I see some people I'm at work, have a happy 4th. I said, I don't celebrate that. They look at me and say, you're not gonna get your grill out, you know what I mean? Put some burgers and hot dogs. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, this holiday I call it the 4th of July. Because you must be out of your mind. In 1776, our people were in chains. They still was raping and robbing us. And even after that, even after the emancipation, we still was being beaten and robbed. So why would I be putting on a red, white, and blue with stars all over me? For what? That don't make no sense. Right?
Right.
We here celebrating what? The new moon. This is what the Most High told us to do. You're doing anything else, you're going off. Read.
Verse 2. By swearing.
By doing what?
By swearing.
Read.
And lying.
Okay.
And killing.
And killing. Read.
And stealing.
Right.
And committing adultery.
Right.
They break out and blood touches blood.
And this is what happens, man. When you start swearing and lying and killing. I know back in the days, grandmother used to say, if you lie, you steal. If you steal, you'll kill. That's right. They got it from here. But when they read Hosea 4, verse 1, when they said, ye children of Israel, they're probably thinking about those people over there in Cooper City or in Palestine. You know what I mean? But it's talking about us. The Most High have a controversy with us because we lying, we stealing, right? Right? And what else we doing? We what it said? We committing adultery, right? We sleeping with other men's wives, right? And you know what's gonna happen when you do that? You sleep with somebody's wife, that man gonna go wild. Might catch you in the act, give you 2 shots or 10. You know what I'm saying? So we can't live like that. We got to get rid of that old man. The old man is gone. What you got? You got something?
Yeah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 20.
Hold on. Yeah, I know that one. Oh yeah. Let me get it.
I'm gonna start from verse 19.
In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, we're going at starting at 19. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 19. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, verse 19. Behold the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people,
Right.
because of them that dwell in a far country. Is not the outer one in Zion? Is not her king in her?
Right.
Why have they provoked me to anger with their graven images and with their strange vanities?
Right. Why we provoke the Most High with their with this vanity? You know what I mean? And graven images. Right. Why do we do that? Right. Read on.
The harvest is past.
Right.
The summer is ended.
Okay.
And we are not saved.
Right. A lot of people think that we saved. Well, you know, they go to the Baptist church. I'm saved now because I've been baptized. Have you been baptized? Right. So now they saved now. Right. Read. Come on.
For the hurt of the daughter of my people am I hurt.
Right.
I am black. Astonishment has taken hold of me.
Right. So we've been hurt, man. We are hurting bad because we don't know who our God is. We have to understand when someone asks you, oh, you believe in God? I believe in the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the true and living power. That's what you need to tell them. And his name is Yahweh. And his son name is Yahweh Shai. You need to be on point, specific on what you and who you believe in. Because remember, we have that book, over 2,500 gods, the encyclopedia, right? So which God do you serve? Out of all 2,500 gods, we serve the true and living God. Check that out, right? I mean, you got all these different gods all over the place, right? So give me the book of Mark. Give me Mark 7 and 6. The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 6.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 6.
Right.
He answered and said unto them,
What he said?
well hath Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites.
Right. He said, well, Isaiah prophesied of you what? You hypocrites. Who is he talking about? Anybody can answer.
The children of Israel.
Who is Isaiah? That's what I'm saying.
Isaiah.
Right. You got it from the prophet Isaiah. Right. Okay. Read.
As it is written,
As it is written.
this people honoreth me with their lips,
Right.
but their heart is far from me.
Right. He said, this people honor me with their lips, but what? Their heart, meaning what? Their mind is far from him. Right? The condition of our people in this time, right? They quick to say, oh, I love Jesus. Right? But you now gonna light your grill on the 4th of July, right? And put on red, white, and blue and say, I'm glad I'm free. Free from what? You are bugged out of you are black out of your mind. Right? They do honor him, right, with their lips, but what? Their heart, meaning their mind, is far away from the Most High.
Right.
They refuse to keep the Most High's law and statute commandments. And they'll keep Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, right? We shouldn't be celebrating this. We right here, we keeping the new moon. This is what the Most High prescribed for us. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me,
Right?
teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Right. The 4th of July is a commandment of men. Oh, you know, I fought for this country. My parents died for this country. Well, that's your parents' fault. That's not my fault. You know, when they went to go enlist you, or you say, you know what, I'm going to go fight in the army, something didn't click in your head. Especially with a Negro. Why would you go out there and fight, right, for, you know, for a country that don't even care about you? For a country who said, you know, we're not going to give you reparation because there's nobody alive. That's a lie. That's a lie. They said, what the guy said, he said he know the sin that they did by keeping us in slavery. But look, we gave you a president. Check that out. We gave you a president. That proves to you that they know what you want. You want a black president, so he gave it to you. Why? Because you kept crying, because you a baby. And what did he do? Put a pacifier in your mouth. Gave you a so-called African-American president. It just so happened, they said the next time that a black man be president, they said pigs will fly first before a black man be president. And what happened? They gave us a swine flu, right? H1N1, right? You forgot? You must have forgot. We got the swine flu. That thing went around, killed a lot of people. We laugh about it, but hey, these people are doing experiments on us.
Right.
What about the Tuskegee Airmen? How they pumped them with syphilis? They still alive. You know? It's one still alive right now. You know that?
No, I ain't know that.
Yeah. He does little seminars and he speaks out in certain places. He was in Palm Beach some years ago. Right? Mike's working. Come on. Yeah, so the Tuskegee Airmen is still one left. How come they not trying to give him reparation? But you know what? They trying to get reparation for the LGBTQP. They add a P to this thing now. Right? Yeah. They want reparation for Stonewall down in the Village, 1967, when the police attacked all these homosexuals and beat the crap out of them. That's a judgment from the Most High. That's all. That's just Leviticus 20 and 13. We said that.
Good old days.
That's the good old days, right? You know, because back then, you know, believe it or not, I know a lot of you saw this guy, Bruce Jenner, come out of the closet and say, you know, now he's transgender, right? His name is what? Caitlyn, right? I don't need to show the picture, right? Okay, all right, good. So anyway, but what you don't know, back in 1967, it was a man which changed his name to Christina Georgeson. In 1967, he came out on live television, dressed as a woman. He was like one of the first transgender to come out. Where do you think Bruce Jenner get it from? Y'all don't know nothing about Bruce Jenner. I don't think y'all know about Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner was on the Wheaties box longer than anybody. This guy was, I'm talking about, he was the poster boy for America, man. He was the best athlete ever, this white man. And now he just turned around, now he a woman. And they say he's so courageous. Are you serious? You gotta have, you know, so I don't know what you gotta have to do something like that. You gotta have the spirit of Satan on you, right? And whoever cheers that on, you just as bad. Huh? Remember, if the person that's coming out doing the sin, he's already in the transgression. But if someone now co-signs that, you're worse than the person actually doing the sin. Like in the Zesty Fest, you seen that girl? She was all jumping in the middle, right? You seen a big girl, right? Cheering that on. But when you ask her where's her husband at, she don't have one. That's because the husbands now has turned themselves into women. So what's going to happen to the women now? What's going to happen to our women if all the men decide they want to sleep with other men? Right?
They might follow suit.
Yeah. The land is fall to hoarder. Read on. Read on in Mark.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 7.
Read.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me,
Okay.
teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Right. Read on.
For laying aside the commandments of the Most High, ye hold the tradition of men.
You see that? You hold a tradition of man. 4th of July is the tradition of man. Veterans Day is the tradition of man. Thanksgiving is the tradition of men. The Most High never said for you to celebrate Thanksgiving. Now, I know a lot of you like turkey and candy yams and all that stuff, but hey, we got to say no, we're not keeping that. I know your family members may call you and say, come on, there's nothing wrong with getting a plate of food. What, you don't want to eat?
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They try to seduce you with that, right?
True.
Give me Proverbs 12 and 26. Give me Proverbs 12 and 26. We can't, listen, man, we can't get seduced by that. Right? We can't let that stop us from doing the work of the Most High. People are going to ask you to do all kinds of things. Remember, Satan comes through everyone. Be your wife, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your own children. He'll use any vessel he can get himself into just to get to you. But what? You got to still push, man. You got to push harder. Read that.
The book of Proverbs,
Uh-huh.
chapter 12, verse 26.
Read.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Right? The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but what?
But the way of the wicked,
The way of who?
of the wicked,
The way of the wicked do what?
seduceth them.
You see that? The way of the wicked seduce you. Satan wants you because you know what? You turn around and say, listen, I'm not keeping Thanksgiving no more. I'm not doing the 4th of July no more. You know? I'm not doing this no more. I'm keeping the law, the statute, commandments, because this was commanded by our God, Yahweh. Right? So now, you used to be Satan's #1 friend. A lot of you in here, including myself. But what happened when you came back and you started serving the Most High? What happened? Everybody's going to come at you now. Everybody's going to come at you. When the Most High told you, prepare your soul for what? Temptation. They're going to make you feel bad. You even can't come over to the Christmas party. I mean, I'm not saying I got to give you a gift. You don't have to change gifts. But we got food over here. It's a lot of food. The food is going to go to waste. Sorry, I can't make it. That's not the will of Yah that we celebrate Christmas. Christmas is an abomination. When I found out about this truth, there was a Christmas tree in my house. That's the first thing that was on the side of the road.
Right.
I went and got that bad boy. Let me tell you something. My son said, what are you doing, Pop? I said, check this out. I pulled that thing down with the balls and everything, the lights. I flung that thing around the front lawn. I said, Christmas is garbage.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. I threw that thing out. He called his mother. Something's going on with Pop. He just threw the Christmas tree out. You damn right. That thing gotta go. That's #1.
Right.
Yeah. That's how you gotta be, man. Right? Didn't the scripture say casting down imaginations, you know? Right? So we gotta get rid of it, man. We gotta destroy that. We gotta destroy that. This 4th of July coming up, I'm telling you, people gonna be coming at you all kind of ways. You know, your family members, people at work, happy 4th. You know? Gotta do like my sister Harvey, put a sign up and say, I don't celebrate the 4th of July, right at cubicle. You know what I mean? Soon the holiday come up, you gotta sign up. Don't even come over. Don't even bother. That's it. That's how you gotta roll. Because they be coming over, happy Thanksgiving. Damn, you don't go eat no turkey or nothing? What's wrong with you? You in a cult? Right? Yeah, that's what they say. You in a cult? I'm in a cult. The cult is that Christian church. That's the real cult.
Right.
Right?
Right.
John 3:16. The understanding of that, that's a cult. Talking about God love everybody. Where is it God loves everybody? Come on. He loves his people, man. And we love him. God? What you got it?
The book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom.
Right. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom. Read.
And his tongue talketh judgment.
All right. That's right. His tongue talketh judgment.
The law of his power is in his heart.
Right.
none of his steps shall slide.
Mhm.
The wicked watcheth the righteous,
Right?
and seeketh to slay him.
You see that? The wicked watch the righteous and look to slay him. Right? Do y'all remember that story in Kings when with that guy Ahab? We gotta go over that, man. You don't remember that? Joab, Slocky, Joab, right. You don't remember that, how he killed 2 righteous men? Just 2 righteous captains? Solomon and David said, listen, you better go get him, man. He told a guy to go, he sent one guy out to go and stab him, and he went into the tabernacle. Yeah, he went hide in the tabernacle thinking that, yo, listen, yeah, he in the holies of holy, like, yo, you can't mess with me now, I'm good. That cat went back, Solomon, and said, yo, go on there and don't let his hoary head, don't let him see his hoary head, man. Don't let him see them gray hairs. That cat went in the tabernacle and put the stabs on him. You know why? Proverbs 11 and 21. Yeah, okay. We got to understand, man, no matter what, if the Most High wants you, he's coming to get you. I don't care where you at. You could be in the, I'm going to say a nice word, in the restroom. If it's your time, he coming in to get you. You could be at work, talking to somebody, he coming to get you. Once that number's up, that's it. And that's what's happening to America right now. The sins of America has reached on to heaven. The Father is angry. The last people on this earth that should be celebrating 4th of July, it should be us. We're the last people that should be doing it. Esau runs around with a flag on his truck. He had a flag on his house. He do all kinds of stuff. He's patriotic. His chest is puffed up. He's all happy. Happy 4th. He's all happy. What's so happy about it? So happy about the 4th of July. Oh, we get to blow firecrackers.
Day off, maybe.
Right? They try to get your children. You bring them to school. They want to put, make them draw a flag. You know what I mean? Do stuff like that. Or they in, like a summer camp because it's summertime now. So they even start with our children, man. They try to seduce them very early. What you got? Yeah. Read that, man. Yeah.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21.
Right.
Though hand join in hand,
right,
the wicked shall not be unpunished.
You see that? Your hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, man. They're going to receive their judgment, whether they like it, accept it, or not. But we got to stand bold, man. We got to be we are the righteous. Con? We are the righteous. Con? Right. We in the right place. This is new moon. Con? And we all sitting down. Some of us, I see some missing seats, but I hope they're going to tell me that they are unclean is why they're not here. But you better remember, we got to keep the new moon and the Sabbath days. Con? All right, let's get, what you have? You have something? Yeah. You can get that. And then we get that, and we'll get that saying.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 5. Ye are all the children of light.
Right. We are the children of the light. Read.
And the children of the day.
Right.
We are not of the night, nor of darkness.
Okay.
Therefore, let us not sleep as do others.
Right.
But let us watch and be sober.
Watch and do what?
Watch and be sober.
Right. We got to watch and be sober. We are children of the light. We are the righteous. Right? So, when you put on the law and the statute commandments, you become illuminated. That's what the scriptures say. So that's why we are of the light. Darkness, we are not of the dark. We're children of the day. We have to remember that. All right? Go back to Mark 7. We'll finish up there. The book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse 8, right? Right.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 8. For laying aside the commandment of the Most High, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of the Most High.
Right. We full well reject the commandment of God, right?
That ye may keep your own tradition.
Right. That we keep in our own tradition. Right, read.
For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Right, because that was the first commandment that the Most High gave us with a promise on it. That if you honor your father and your mother, you will live a long time on this earth. But if you dishonor your father and your mother, he said that's a promise. You're not going to be here long. You're going to be out of here. Give me 2 Corinthians 10. Huh? No, I was going to 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. You can start at 3.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For though we walk in the flesh,
right,
we do not war after the flesh.
Right. Some of our people, we war after the flesh. A lot of our people are in the flesh right now as we speak. You know, because they act the way they do. You know, when you read in Galatians 5, that's what it's talking about, the flesh, the idolatry, the adultery, you know, all the wicked things that is in. Let's get it real quick. Give me Galatians 5. Yeah, give me Galatians 5. So that way you know the flesh and the spirit. All right. Galatians 5. What?
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right.
And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Right.
But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
See that? Now these are the flesh. This is what the Most High is talking about. Read.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery,
right,
fornication,
right,
uncleanness,
right,
lasciviousness.
So when you read on down here, this is talking about when you're in the flesh. Now I know a lot of us have friends and you got cousins and all that, and you see that they move in the spirit. They move it in the spirit of the flesh. That's what you have to understand. When you see them, say, you know what, you in your flesh, huh? You're loving that flesh, huh? Because that's not the spirit of the Lord that you should what? Commit adultery or fornication or uncleanness or lasciviousness, right? Right? That's a high level of a sexual desire, you know? Right? Read on.
Idolatry.
Okay.
Witchcraft.
Right.
Hatred.
Read.
Variance. Emulations.
Right.
Wrath. Strife. Seditions. Heresies. Envyings.
Right.
Murders. Drunkenness. Revelries.
Right.
And such like, of which I tell you.
Right. So these are the works of the flesh. This is what people do. They are in their flesh. We cannot. Let's go back now. Let's go back to the 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. Read that again.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 3.
Read.
For though we walk in the flesh,
you see, we walking in the flesh, but what?
We do not war after the flesh.
Right. We don't war after the flesh, man. We don't give our flesh what it wants. Right? We don't let our flesh just take over and say, I desire to have this, so I'm going to have it. I deserve it. You know? We're not going out there committing adultery, fornication. Right? You get a woman, you make that woman, you live with that woman, make that woman your wife. Right? That's what we're supposed to do. That's according to the law. Right? Fornication, adultery. You're not supposed to lay down with another man's wife. You do that, you in the flesh. You're not in the spirit. Read.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Read.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Right.
but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right. So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We don't need to get a 9mm talking about we going to the range and be shooting up. You know, I need to get my AK-47 or my AR-15 or whatever that, all these guns that a lot of people be getting. Or I'm just, you know, practicing. Practicing for what? You know? What are you practicing for? You worrying about you worrying about the race war breaking out and you gotta grab your gun? Listen, man, when the Most High is with us, what?
Nothing's against us.
That's it. They made them weapons for what? For us. Look at how people killing each other. We don't make guns.
Right.
None of our people named Smith and Wesson. So how are we getting killed by them? Right? Read on.
Casting down imaginations.
Right. Casting down those imaginations. Casting down that flag, man. That's right. Casting down that Statue of Liberty. We don't want it. Right? Nobody asked, I don't know, nobody in this room said they was happy when Barack Obama got elected. You know what I mean? But as soon as the guy said on TV, he said, you know, reparation was 150 years ago. I mean, we have nobody to, you know, there's nobody around. But he forgot about Henry Ford. He was there. They still got Ford vehicles running around here, right? Chevy, Dodge. All these people had slaves. What about them? But it would never, you know, the reparation could never match up for what we went through. We're here 400 years, and you know what? The only reparation that we want is when Hamashiach Yahushua come back. Come? That's right. You can drop that out. You can drop that. That's the only reparation we want, man. Forget about all that. Don't worry about reparation, man. Let Jake, I see Danny Glover go up there, plead his case. So what? My grandfather, this, that, so what? So what? What are you looking for from Esau? He said nobody's alive. He's not giving up reparation. I said, you know what? He's a liar, and I'm going to prove it. Give me Isaiah 14, verse 21. Give me Isaiah 14, verse 21. Nobody's alive. That's a lie. Let me tell you who's alive right now.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Read.
Prepare slaughter.
Prepare who?
Prepare slaughter
For who?
for his children.
Read.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
You see that? He ain't pulled that scripture, huh? He must have forgot about that one. Right? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. They're going to pay. Esau has to pay, man. They added, each year is like they added on a new letter to the LGBTQP. I don't even know what's next. You know, A, you know, for animals. That's probably next. They already say you can marry your pet. I got a newspaper clipping saying that what? That the pet getting the blessing. They bring the pet to the church and they somehow, I don't know if they baptize that joker or what. I don't know what. But I don't give a hoot. You know what I mean? Ain't no way I'm going to talk about my pet being blessed. The dog, the scriptures say what? The spirit goes back. When you leave this earth, you're right? The spirit goes back to the Most High, the one who gave it. And where the dog go? Where the beast go? To the earth, to the ground. Ain't no dogs in heaven. Nobody walking around with a spotted dog in heaven. That's Esau's damn imagination, man. Y'all gotta go with the damn imagination. Don't let Esau fool you, man. You know how many years our people been running around thinking Satan running around with all dressed in red with a pitchfork? Right? When Satan was just on TV saying that he not giving out no reparation. And he wasn't red. I mean, he was a little red, but you know, he wasn't red as that hot sauce man. Right? So our people, I don't know, they sit up there, they pleading for, like they begging for this reparation. Even the LGBTQP is asking for reparation. Are you kidding me? I mean, what they ask for reparation for? For Sodom and Gomorrah? You know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? I mean, you know what? Like I said, they said they want to teach homosexuality and all this stuff in school. I say, you know what? If you want to do it, I'll say you can do it if you start out with Sodom and Gomorrah. Start there first. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Because you know, Most High said, if you are homosexual or you are lesbian, the Most High gonna put you to death. He's gonna come down here and bun you up. Bun fire, as Benjamin said. Fire bun. You finished. Right? They're not gonna start there. They're gonna start out, they want you to accept it. That's why they say, you know, get him while he's 8 or it's too late. That's why they have these little children books. Sally got 2 moms. Billy got 2 dads. They want them to accept it. Pride Day. Now I'm glad this pride stuff is over. I can't take it no more. And they have nerve to have talking about the rainbow. It must be, I mean, that right there is an abomination. How dare you take the rainbow? The Most High, that's his. You know? He put that on there and set it across the sky and said what? He wasn't going to flood the earth again. That don't mean he ain't going to flood South Beach. Them zesties out there. Right? He said he ain't going to flood the earth again. But he could sure flood that South Beach up, finish them all off. Because a lot of them is like fuel for the fire. We got to come out of 4th of July. We got to come out of these simple holidays, man. The true holiday that we need to keep is what? The new moon, the Passover, right? 3 times in a year, all men must appear before the Most High. These are the holy days that we need to keep so we can stay righteous. You can't be double dipping. Thanksgiving every year, always now on a Thursday, right? Thursday is soldiers class. Gone?
Gone.
And when I see the class a little empty, I start to wonder. If anybody out there double dipping? We don't want no double dippers in here. Con?
Gone.
We had a pack last year, right, Con?
Gone.
Yeah, we was packed up in here. I ain't seen nobody with no full belly. They look like they was falling asleep. They look like I ain't seen no eggnog on nobody's lips. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We was here and we was chilling. God? Learning how to be a soldier, learning how to be a man of the Most High. That's what we got to do, man. That's what it's all about. Dwelling in brotherhood. Soon as we had that sisters class, hallelujah. And that's her name was teaching it, but hallelujah. All right. But all praises, you know. We're going to get Isaiah 66. Give me Isaiah. Give me Isaiah 66. Mm-hmm. 23.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 23.
Right.
And it shall come to pass.
Right. It's a future prophecy. Read.
That from one new moon.
Right.
To another.
And
from one Sabbath to another. Shall all flesh.
Some flesh.
All flesh.
A little bit of flesh.
All flesh.
Read.
Come to worship before me, saith the outer one.
Right. So all flesh is going to have to keep the new moon on the Sabbath day. Now, the other nation that is sit on our court, they're not going to be sitting next to us. We're not going to be hand in hand. You know, the Rainbow Coalition, that's not going down like that. Right? But these jokers here, they're going to be in order. They're going to be in order when we're ruling. And we're going to rule in righteousness. And you know what? They are going to love it. Yeah. They're going to love it.
Right.
Because you know why? Our people love this place. And Esau is ruling over us. We love it. We're in the mall on Saturday. We buying sneakers. Soon as we get a little bit of money, we buy a fancy car and a big house. These people crying. I mean, I just don't understand. They want reparation. What are you going to give every Negro in America $100,000, or what are you going to do? Make Cadillac the #1 dealer. That's all.
Right.
That's all they're going to do. And the Negro woman going to make Elegant Beauty #1. Right? They're going to buy all that hair in there. Yeah. They're going to buy fancy cars, diamonds and gold and everything. They're going to give it right back. Yeah, the gold, right? The diamonds, yeah. They're going to buy all that stuff, man. We're going to give it right back to them. I don't understand why they don't do it. I think it's a good idea, personally, on Esau's standpoint. Give y'all the money. You're going to give it right back anyway. You think we all going to come together and say, yo,
put your money down.
Yeah, yo, let's put our money together. Let's take over Texas or something. We're going to rule in Texas. Hey, that's a big state. Let's take over Texas. We're going to rule the whole Texas. We want all Esau out. Give all our Issacharites, everybody come up in there. Levi, everybody. Ephraim, we get them all up in there.
Right.
Take over the whole state, Texas. Yeah. Why not? That's what Farrakhan tried to do. Yeah. You ain't know that, huh? When the Gaddafi tried to get like some crazy amount of money, come back over here and talk about give him a state. Yeah, right. He's supposed to not giving you nothing, man. That's crazy, man. So tonight, we're celebrating the new moon. That's what I said, from one new moon to another, from one Sabbath to another. This is what we have to do. The Most High told us this is part of being an Israelite.
Right.
This is something we have to do, and we're going to be tempted by the temptation of our family members. Some of us maybe have a wife really not in the truth. Some of us may have a husband not in the truth. You know what I mean? And they're going to be doing what they do. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to keep these commandments.
Right.
It's your responsibility, not no one else's. Once you've been awakened to this word, that's it. Let it go, man. It's bigger than the both of us. It's above us right now. Right?
Right.
It's above us right now. That's it, man. Let it go. And they're going to tempt you. They're going to call you. We got food over here. We got this. You're not coming by. What's going on? You say, you know what? I'll talk to you later. I don't celebrate that. That's it. I had to tell somebody that today. It was a Benjamin brother. He said, man, Ron G, man, you going to cook up some food and jerk chicken and, you know what I mean? I was like, no. I don't celebrate the 4th of July. He said, can I use that? After I said it, now you want to use it now. Yeah. I said, listen, man, we're not doing it, man. We're not doing it. So we're gonna get the songs, and we're gonna go around the room. We got a lot of brothers over here, so it ain't gonna go that far. We gotta blow up this trumpet. That's what we did. We blew the trumpet in the new moon. Always giving thanks to our power that's in heaven. And his son, who came and died for who? Israel. The whole world. For all the nations. For Ebony and Ivory. Right? Who he died for?
Israel.
For who?
Israel.
Right? For Israel. That's right. He died for the LGBTQP. A. I'm at an A on there. Animals. Right. Yeah.
Hey, abominations.
Yeah, abomination. There you go.
That's right.
That's the spirit right there, brother. That's what I'm talking about. A for the abominations. That's right. So we're gonna read the Psalms to start off with Sir number 1. Psalms 81. Come.
The book of Psalms, chapter 81, verse 1.
Then I'm gonna pick it up and we're gonna go this way. All right, Con?
Con.
All right. Read.
Sing aloud unto Yahweh our strength.
Okay.
Make a joyful noise unto Yahweh, the power of Jacob.
Take a song. Bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery.
Blow up the trumpet in the new moon,
Right?
in the time appointed, on our solemn feast day.
Okay. Got to know?
I get this one, he gets it.
Okay. All right. Verse 4.
4.
Stand. 4.
For this was a statute for Israel,
Right?
and a law of the
Power of Jacob.
power of Jacob.
Right. 5.
This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony.
Mhm.
When he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not.
I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were delivered from the pots.
Verse 7.
Psalm 81, verse 7. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee.
Right.
I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah, Salah.
Hear, all my people, and I will testify unto thee.
Okay.
Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me.
Mhm.
There shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God.
Right.
I am the Most High thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it.
Gone.
But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me.
Right.
So I gave them up to their own hearts, lust, and they walked in their own counsels.
Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways.
Cat voice. Gone.
I should have soon subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries.
All right.
The haters of the power should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever.
He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with the honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee.
Right. Bahasham, Hamashiach, Yahweh, the water, the Yah, Man. The Most High hand, man. Hallelujah. All praise be to the Father, everybody from Jacob, the truly his mercy is forever. So we're going to send a prayer up. We're going to bless the food, bless the day, and bless the children of Israel. Khan?
Khan.
Imagine Wapanya Hakwadam, rise and face the east. Melody? Oh yeah.
Hallelujah! 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 Who's the power? Who's the power? Hashem! Hashem! Kuras. Holy, holy, holy. Is the name. Abanawa. Yahweh. Holy, holy, holy. Is the name. Hamashiach. Yahushua. Kwama Yahweh. Kwama Yahweh. Kwama Mashiach Yahushua. Kwama Mashiach Yahushua. Kwama Yeshua. Kwama Yeshua. Barakatah Yahweh. Hashem. Hamashiach. Yahushua. Yahweh. Adonai. Hakadash. Bashalom. Hakashah. Shemai. Zapalayim. Barak. Barapah. Rakazak. Ramagan. Asma'ayim. Akim. Wa. Akwatyam. Hakashah. Yahweh. Hashem. Hamashiach. Yahushua. Barak. Ma'akal. Noah. Shathar,
Shathar,
Noah,
Noah,
Uncle Shaw,
Uncle Shaw,
Uncle Shaw,
Uncle Shaw,
Uncle Shaw.
Uncle Shaw.
All praises be to the part of Isaac and Jacob for his mercy truly endured forever. We thank Yahweh for giving us this new moon in peace. We thank Yahweh for all the souls that's in this room. We thank Yahweh for the mercy that has shown unto thy children by returning our heritage unto us. Be with us this evening as we celebrate our new moon. Be with us this evening as we embark on a new month and we enter a new way. Be with us throughout this whole month. Send thy angels to encamp around thy children. Wake up, Jacob, for we know the time of our salvation is nearer than when we leave. All this we ask in the name of thy Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. The Lord that have breath, praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
The Lord that have breath, praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushua. To what the yard? Amen.
Amen.
What's our hand? Hallelujah. Right. All right, at this time, we're gonna wait for the servers to set up and then we begin to serve. We'll enjoy this new moon. What month we enter in? Huh? Or fifth? Okay. He might be in the fifth month. So we're in the fourth. Fourth. Yeah, kind of. It's all right. Got all praises. All right. Shalom to everybody online that logged in with us. Have a blessed feast. Remember, it's a new moon, no matter where you are in all your dwellings. Celebrate, enjoy this in the time of our gladness, the beginning of our months. All right, shalom. Huh?